Hello folks, Dobbers here once again. Welcome to another episode of Food by Dobbers. We are going back to basics. I'm going to show you how to bone out a chicken. Some people may be a bit scared by touching a raw chicken and all the bones and the bits and pieces. Once you can do this, you can pretty much do anything. So we're going to show you how to break this down into its different little bits and pieces, a couple of different variations to show you things you may not have seen before. And without any further ado, let's get into it. Ooh la la. Now, we have our little chicken, like this. Now, the first thing we want to do is turn him over, pop out those hip bones. Now, the reason we want to pop those out is because it's going to make it easier to bone the legs off so the knife can go between the joints with ease. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is turn it over. We make a small incision in the skin that attaches to the breast, trying to go as close to the kneecap as possible. What we're going to do here is these two little lumps, where they're called the oysters. When cutting off the legs of the chicken, we need to remove those because they, in my opinion, are the best part of the entire chicken. Absolutely delightful. Okay, so with our boning knife, we're pretty much going to cut perpendicular across the thigh, scooping into that little oyster cavity. And there you can see that is the lovely little oyster. So now, because we've popped our little thigh bone out, it's very easy just to wiggle your knife from side to side to get through that joint. And there we go. That is our first chicken leg off. So, next one, we're going to turn this over. Now, with the tip of the blade facing it towards the roof, we're going to do the exact same thing of scooping out that little oyster. Then, find the little gap between the joint, trying to cut down as close to the thigh as humanly possible. I'm going to show you what to do with the leg. Let's bone this little bad boy out. So what we want to do first is remove the drumstick from the thigh. So you can feel with your finger the little joint in between. Once you find that little joint, the little ridge, all you do, knife straight through. And there you go, folks. Thigh, drumstick. To bone the thigh, this is ever so simple. All we want to do is find where that bone is with our finger, run the knife along the bone, and then it's just a simple matter of running the knife along one way, turning it over, running it over the other way. Now you can see the bone has been released from both sides. Underneath we go, and underneath we go. Now, there is a small little piece of tendon and cartilage that always collects on the edge of the bone near the knee joint. You want to make sure you remove that. That's that little bit there. Doesn't really cook, ends up tough, not very nice to eat. That is our beautiful little boneless thigh. We are going to bone out the drumstick in a very similar fashion. So outside of the leg, inside of the leg. Start at the very top where the bone is, slide all the way down like so, flip it over, and then go the other way. So all we've done is release the bone from both sides of the meat. Now with our knife, underneath we go, exact same procedure, like this. Then bend that over, and there you go, folks. There is your drumstick bone, and that is your beautiful little boned out drumstick. Now what I'm going to do is show you how to prepare this lovely little chicken leg if you were going to confit it for a lovely little confit chicken. Got another knife here ready to go. With our boning knife, pick up the chicken, and then a nice little back and forward sawing motion. You're going to cut all the way around that bone. So just make sure, there's a couple of really tough tendons in there. Just make sure you want to get through those tendons. That's one of those bad boys there, very tough. What we want to do is we want to take our chef's knife or a large knife, cleaver, even if you want to. We're going to cut through the joint like so. Now, chicken bones are very soft when it comes to the joint, so you won't damage your knife, but also the reason why we cut through the joint of the bone is if we try and cut through the bone in itself, the chances of it splintering and breaking are very high. When we cut through the joint, we can get a nice clean cut. It doesn't break and it holds together beautifully. So we've got this little piece here. Now, all I'm gonna do is, you can do this with some paper towel or a tea towel. All I'm gonna do is grab a hold of that nicely and just peel that off like so. That's our little piece of end. And there you go, folks. You got a beautifully Frenched little bone ready for your chicken confit. Confit chicken, boned out leg. Let's move on to the rest of the chicken. I'm going to show you how to prepare this chicken for a crown roast of chicken. With our chef's knife, is cut through the little flap that connects the breast to the back. Then from there, straight through. And now we have a lovely little chicken crown. We want to get that skin. You want to carefully try, just give that a little bit of a nick. I want to carefully try and fold that over. Now, as you can see, the neck is still attached. So a very easy way to get rid of that is one angled in cut, bang, turn it over, one more angled in cut, bang, and there you go. Our little chicken neck has come out. What that allows us to do is we can pull that skin up a little further over the breast, like so. Now, you can see there's a little bit of membrane within the top of the cavity of the breast and the skin. You just want to peel any of that out because she's not very nice to eat. So any other little bits of fat. Now what we're going to do is remove the wishbone of this chicken. Now for a crown roast, you don't want the wishbone in because the wishbone gets in your way when you're trying to carve it off the breast later. With our boning knife is from the top, we're just going to find where that wishbone is. We're going to scrape down the breast. All this does is helps release the wishbone from that meat without damaging the breast too much, just like so. Come on the other side to do the exact same thing. Once again, you can see just opening up in there. You can see not much damage to the breast and just opening up where that wishbone is. Now with the very tip of our little boning knife, I'm going to slide that in and cut through the wishbone and remove that wishbone from the crown. We're going to do the exact same on the other side, like so. All we're going to do is follow from the underside of the wishbone with the tip of our knife on each side and then go back in the other way. And then there we go, folks. That is the wishbone of our little chicken. Now, all we're going to do, little snip. That just helps get the wishbone off the breast, off the frame of the chicken, and a quick little twist. And there you go, folks. Left a little bit of meat on it, but hey, you know, it's okay. So, dry that out, make a wish with a friend, ooh la la. Okay, so, got a gorgeous little crown, wishbone's removed, you beauty. Now I'm gonna show you what to do with the wings. So we flip it over, take our boning knife, from the very top of the wing, we run down the bone towards the joint, exposing the bone. Now, in one movement, we crack the winglet off the wing, peel that back, and there you go, folks. That is one little wing removed. Do the exact same process on the other side. Once again, just running up towards the joint, crack, peel, and there you go. So, if you were preparing a crown roast of chicken, that is what you have. Absolutely stunning. You're going to carve the breast off the crown. Very easy, very simple. All it is a matter of feeling where that breastplate is. We feel the breastplate. Now, using our finger as a guide, we run up as hard as we can against that breastplate. Now, because we've already removed the wishbone, there's nothing getting in our way to get all the way down. Okay? Now the skin is exposed, you can just peel that skin and you can actually see the breastplate running across there. So, exact same process, all the way down. Now, it's a very simple process of folding it over, peeling it, and just letting your knife run as hard up against the breast and the frame as possible, just like so. Now, we turn this over and then straight through there, you have a gorgeous, gonna trim that skin up, you have a gorgeous little chicken breast, perfect for a chicken Kiev, perfect to roast by itself. Absolutely lovely. Now, the exact same process, except on the other side, just using that knife to do all the work, following the breastplate down, going around where the rib cage is, just release that piece of skin there. Once you get to this point, it's a simple matter of just going straight through. Any piece of dangly skin we're just going to get rid of, and there you go, folks. We have our chicken frames, chicken bones, perfect maker stock, perfect maker sauce, winglets with a little wing meat. You can cook these, you can eat them, you can also brown them up heavily in brown butter and add them to your chicken sauce for a bit of extra richness. Boned out thigh and our boned out drumstick. We've also got our little chicken leg ready for the confit, and we've got our two gorgeous little chicken breasts ready to roast, ready to do whatever. Well, folks, I hope you've seen something. I hope you've learned something. It's been a pleasure, as always. That's breaking down a chicken with Dobbers. Ooh la la. Ooh la la.